Okay, in this video, I'm going to go over how to create a keyword campaign. And the keyword campaign is actually your main campaign manager. So let me start here. First thing you want to do is go up to My SMS Campaigns and click on that. The next tab you want to click on is your keyword tab right here. So you click on that and it brings up this screen. In this screen, it'll give you a short description of what a keyword campaign is. So I would definitely read that. It kind of gives you an idea and gives you an example down here of a keyword campaign. Now, to create a keyword campaign, there's two ways you can do to create it. You can select right here and start the process of creating a campaign, or you can select the tab right here to start the process. So I'm going to go ahead and click on here. And the first thing you want to do is give your campaign a title and just make the title that's meaningful to you. And it's actually going to show up right here. I'm not going to fill these out right now because I have a demo campaign I've already created to kind of show you and to speed things up here also. So you create your title. The next step you want to take is in the keyword field, enter in the keyword that someone would text in to join your campaign. Now, if you already have a campaign down here that you would just like to copy, you can check the checkbox right here and select the campaign you would like to copy from the drop down. Okay, so I'm just going to close this here and go to the demo campaign. Okay, as you can see, is you basically have 7 steps. Step 1 and step 2 are required steps. You have to complete these 2 steps. You don't have to complete any of the other steps, but it's highly recommended that you that you also look at step 4 as mandatory anytime you're going to put someone on your list and text them again. So for instance, if you're just doing a coupon, for instance, for that you would like to deliver on a one-time basis, all you really need to do is complete steps 1 and 2. But if you're going to text them again on a continuously basis, you have to really complete step number 4, because with the double opt-in, you ask them to give you permission to send them text on a continuous basis, and you also let them know that data rates may apply. And so that's where you do all that. So let me get started with the first step here. To start with the first step, or any of the steps, you just select on the plus button right here, the green plus button, and as you can see, it will actually expand. Let me bring this down so you can see everything as I go through the steps. Okay, first is on the little orange icons here. If you hover your mouse over them, right, it'll actually give you a description of what you should put into the field. Okay, so the first thing is the campaign title, which will automatically be put in there when you create the campaign. The tracking info. This is, say, for instance, if you want to track a campaign, say you may have 5 different salespeople, you can put the salesperson's name there, and then you'll know what that salesperson is actually doing. You can track their campaign. The keyword will automatically be entered in there when you create the campaign, but if you want to change it, you can change it there. Now, right here where it says emulate campaign, this is used so you can, once you create the campaign as a whole and fill in all the steps you want, you can go back and actually test the campaign. And when you do that, and when you test it here, what it does is that you don't have to use any of your text credits, and it save you money, and plus you can see exactly how the messages that people receive. So I'm just going to kind of go through the demo here, uh, uh, through the emulator, and kind of show you the demo. So as I go through setting up the campaign, you'll see how it actually, the whole workflow. So in this example, the keyword to text in was actually demo. So I'm going to type in demo, and click on send. As you can see, it actually came up with the first message, which we're going to get to later, and then here it has message 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. These are actually autoresponder messages, and later on, when as we get to the autoresponder portion, you'll see how I added this in. Now keep in mind, is in the actual campaign, they won't receive these uh, autoresponder messages right after this message, and I'll show you how that's set up. Also, is the words text stop to quit. I might change this to text stop to unsubscribe, but right now it's text stop to quit. This will be appended to every text message that's sent out through the whole system. So that is something that you don't have to worry about actually entering into your message. My system will do that automatically. That way, any subscriber can always opt out. Okay, so for instance, this action, it says reply with your name to join the VIP club. I have this set up so someone would actually reply with their name. So I'm going to put in here Michael, and I'm going to click on send. Now, as you can see, once I put in my name, now the text automatically put my name in there. So you can personalize your text, and I'm going to get to that in a minute too. And as you can see, it automatically appended with this text stop to quit. And then I kind of want to talk about this one because you're going to see it where I actually put in tags to automatically put in a date, and I also have a tag in the message to automatically put in the name, which I'm going to show you a little bit later. So I just kind of wanted to cover that. Right now, because the way I'm recording the screen, you can't see it, but on the top right hand corner there's a red X that you can click on to close the emulator. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. Okay, moving on. Short code keyword. If you have a short code assigned to your account, or if you purchased one, right, you automatically will have a keyword for it. So you can select the keyword, the short code keyword here, instead of using the long code keyword. So this one's for a long code. Then let me kind of go over the difference between the long code and a short code. A long code is basically a 10-digit telephone number. You know, the seven, like mine, 720-4664-7433. When a short code would be, which my short code is 69696, which is a 5-digit code. Now, a short code could be a 5-digit code, a 6-digit code, or even a 7-digit code. Generally, they're 5 or 6-digit codes. 69696. Yeah, mine is 5-digit. Okay. Moving on here. Enter messages per month. Right here, if you notice, I have 8 messages per month. And how this works is say for instance you're running 5 different campaigns, and each campaign is scheduled to send out like maybe 4 messages throughout the month for the campaign. Well, if that was the case, that one person would receive 20 text messages a month, and you may not want to do that because it's really kind of like spamming. So what you can do is you can set the maximum messages that person will receive that month, regardless of how many campaigns they've actually set up. Okay, and the next field right here, delay between each SMS. What that does is that it delays how fast a text is actually sent out. The reason I put that in there because I found is there's some rural carriers, even some of your bigger ones, but really mainly your rural ones, is if they receive too many text messages too fast, their systems automatically identify it as spam. So I put this in here so you can slow it down. And usually 5, if you're having that problem, 5 usually will work. But to be quite honest with you, I leave mine at 0 or maybe 1, and I've never had a problem. Now on your next field right here, convert to short code number. That is used for an instance when you want to actually send your messages out on a short code if you have them. Okay, the reason you may want to do that, say for instance you have a very large list like 3,000 like 3,000 or 3,000, 5,000 people on your list. Well, on a long code, it sends out a text, one text per second, whereas a short code sends out up to 30 texts, sometimes 60 texts per second. So if you're sending out, say for instance, a text campaign and it's 6 o'clock in the evening and you have a very large list, you may really want to go with a short code and send it out on a short code. Otherwise, someone may be receiving text at 3 o'clock in the morning just because a long code sends out a text, one text per second. So be mindful of that. Okay, let me move on. The campaign message. The campaign message right here is the first message they'll receive if you haven't set up your options different in your double opt-in subscribers, which in here I'll go into a little bit later on. But what it is that you can send the messages from the double opt-in before this message is actually sent. If not, say for instance, if you just want to deliver a coupon, a one-time shot, and you're not going to continue to market them with text, you can enter your message right in here. Now, in the emulator, I had talked about the name tag. If you notice, I put the name in here, and I also put the date tag in here. And what it does is that whenever somebody texts in their name, it automatically append and put their name in there automatically, and it expires to the date I'm going to get to in just a minute here. Okay, the next option here is the expiration date. Now this coincides with the percent date percent tag, and how this works is like, so for today is actually the 30th, September 30th. So when I create this campaign, it will look at today's creation date. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, when the person joins your campaign, it will automatically count 7 days and put that date here. So in the emulator, as you have seen before, it actually had August 6th because it's 7 days from there. So like in this example, I put in here as a coupon, show this text to receive 10% off any service, and then it put expires, and it enter the 7 days, the date for 7 days, and the percent date percent tag. So it would say expires September 6th. And this is really a great feature to use because you can actually put an expiring date on there and create a sense of urgency for them to take action. Okay, in the next field right here, if member message, this message is, so if somebody texts in and they're already on your list, then this is the message that they will receive. And you can put anything that you would like. Once that's completed, these fields are completed, all you need to do is click save. So I'm going to click on save and then go to step 2. In step 2, if you have more than one phone number, you select your phone number from here. If you just have one phone number, just select your phone number there. So, and click on update to update it, and then click save. So some accounts, like some of my clients, they actually have more than one phone number. So you can actually assign different campaigns different phone numbers, and this is how you would do it here. In step 3, the perpetual campaign. Now this is not a required step, but what this step is used for is, say for instance, if you have a campaign running for an entire year. However, for Christmas during that holiday season, you want to be able to change that campaign for a specific time, and then after that time is over, it reverts back to your regular campaign. Well, this is where you actually would do it. So for instance, to create a new one, and as you can see, I have one here as an example, but to create a new one, All you would do is enter in the start date and the end date that you would like the campaign to end. And then you would select here and actually enter in your message or offer into this block. And then if they're a member, you can put the member statement in there. You know, if they've already are a member on your list, you can put on there, hi, we show you're already a member, thanks for being a member, or something like that. Okay, once you create one of these, it'll actually come up. It'll always show up like this. If anytime you want to go in there and edit it, say for instance you made a mistake, you can select on the pencil button there and just go in there and edit it right there in the fields, in these fields. Once you've edited, then and you can see, you can grab it, make it bigger so you can see it and so on. Once you're finished editing, just click on the green check button and it'll close and you're done there. So I'm going to save that. Like I said, this is not a required step. Now step 4 should be a required step. Anytime you are actually building a list and you're going to continuously send text messages to them. So if that's what you want to do, make sure that you set up this step first. Make sure that you set up this step also. Make it mandatory. Now, whenever somebody opt in, you actually have 3 different ways to have them opt in. You can have them opt in with a keyword, so they text in another keyword to opt into your list, or you can have them reply with their email. That way you'll be able to collect their email also when they opt into their list. Or you can have them reply with their name when they to opt into your list. And let me open these up one by one so kind of show you here. So if it was a keyword, you would put in here, please reply with and create a keyword for them to opt in. So you can put in here, please reply yes to opt into my list. And when they reply with yes, they'll be automatically be opted into your list. With the email, right, you can have in here, please reply with your email to opt into, to verify that, to opt into your list. And here I have reply with your name. Now, actually, I would make sure that I put, well, you should always put all of this information in here also to keep you legally compliant with the TCPA law. So I'm going to read through here. I have reply with your name to join VIP club. I put join our VIP club. You may receive up to 8 messages per month. This is required. Basically, what I'm telling them is how many messages they will receive a month. And then I also put in here messages and data rates may apply. These are actually required statements. And I have text help for help. This part here, 8 messages per month, and data mates rate may apply, and text help for help is actually required. So we could actually kind of shorten this down and go messages, and I could use the and symbol. So if you're typing something in here and you need to have some extra characters that you may want to use, you can shorten it like that. Messages, let me put an S there. Okay, now let me move on here. Okay, name updated message. How this works is that once they reply with their name, this is the next message they will actually receive. Okay, so since they reply with their name, if you notice I have the name tag in here, so to say hi, name, like in the previous example I put, so to say hi, Michael, you've been added to our mobile VIP club. Watch for our exclusive offers. And then I put Michael Foster in SMS Overdrive. You can put whatever you want to put in here, and you can use these tags up here. So you could actually put in here, hi name, thanks, you have been added to, and I couldn't put the campaign name here, which is demo at the point, because that's the name that I gave the campaign. But it could be movies or or whatever you would like it to be, and it'll automatically append it. So let me go in here. Let me move it down to the next one. Now this is the send flow option, and this is all kind of works together. Now you have the option to send this message before or after the campaign. Now if you're going to use the double opt-in and you're going to send them promotional messages after the first one, I would definitely leave this as before campaign message. And how this works is it will actually send this message and this message before your original message is sent in step one. Now that's actually a lot of messages. It's like 3 messages. So if you set up the first 2 messages here, you can actually leave this message blank and they won't receive that message. That way they'll only receive the first 2 messages. Now on the next option, time wait for response. If you notice, I have it drop down 1 hour through 5 hours. It works specifically with the status, and how that works is it will give the person an hour to respond before it will actually send out, before it will, wait, let me say this over. Okay. If someone does not text in with their name here within an hour, it will automatically block, this is how I set it up, block block their telephone number, so whenever you do send out a text message, they won't receive it. Okay, and so you can set that at up to 1 hour, up to 5 hours. Now, if you change this to active, then regardless if they reply in with their name or not, the next time you send out a text to your whole list, they'll actually receive it. I would definitely not recommend setting this to active. I would always leave it to blocked. But in some cases, you may want to use active. If you have any more questions about this, definitely, send us a support ticket at support@smsoverdrive.com. Now, the last option down here is your custom emails. And this is used so you can actually send an email once they opt into your account. And there's 2 ways you can do it. The custom email is you can just click on that and select custom email and type in whatever you would like to send them, and the system automatically sends it to them. Now, if you want to, what you can do is, if you already are using a email service like Aweber, MailChimp, iContact, Constant Contact, and so on, all you need to do is select which email service provider you're using, go in there, set up your email campaign, and copy and paste their code directly into this block. And that way you can automatically add someone to your email list in that manner. So this is really a great way to be able to collect names, and mobile phone numbers, and it allows you to collect an email address also. Okay, once you've completed step 4, just click on save and you move on to step 5. Now step 5 is not mandatory, and what step 5 does is that it gives you, the business, the ability to be notified whenever somebody joins your list. And you can be notified by SMS. So if you'd like to be notified, all you would do is put in the phone number that you would like the notification to go to, the message that you would like to receive, so you know. So for instance, and you can use your tags in here too. So I can put in here like news, let me put in here hi, then I'm going to put percent name percent. It'll automatically give me their name, has subscribed to, and then I'm going to copy and paste the campaign percent, put that in there. Okay, has subscribed to, well, I didn't do that word right. Let me do this right here, percent. So when I actually, when a SMS is sent to me, it'll come up and says, hi, Michael has just subscribed to, and let me put in here, the demo campaign. And that's the text I'll actually receive. Okay. I could also put in there his phone number is, and then put the percent, copy, percent phone number percent, and it actually lists my phone number there that I use to subscribe in. Okay. And you can actually take this to copies, but I can also use the be notified by email. So you would put in the email that you would like the email to come from, and then on email from, I could actually put in here, I could put in there whatever you would like to put in there. So I could put new subscriber for demo campaign. Okay, email subject, put whatever you want to, and you can also put your message in here too. New subscriber name, just join campaign. Okay, the next option you actually have is Robo Voice, and how the Robo Voice works is that whenever somebody joins, it will actually call you with a Robo Voice and give you the message in automated phone message, in an automated voice. And you can select two different accents. You have accents, you have a USA accent and you have a UK accent. And for the voice options, you have a male or a female voice. So you would put in your number that you would like the system to call to give you the message, and then you would put in the message that you would like for the robo voice to tell you. And you can also use the tags in there. And the robo voice, of course, would come in there. Hi, Michael has just subscribed to your campaign. His phone number is this. And that's pretty much how that works. Okay, and also you can actually set up all three. So for instance, you may want to receive a text, you may want to have an email sent to a secretary or something like that, or you may want to receive a robo voice. You can use one or all three. So I'm going to click on save here and go to the next step. Next step is where you can do split testing. And split testing is really good. So you can send out two different messages to see which one works best for your specific demographics. So say for instance, you're giving $10 off of any purchase over $100. Well, in money, that's the same thing as 10% off of $100. Well, one demographics may find value of the percentage 10% off of anything over $10 more valuable to them compared to receiving $10 off of $100. So you can split test your message and see which one works best. Now when you split test, it actually split tests this message and the very first message you set up in step 1. Okay, so it will split test this message. This message will go out first, and then this message should go out to the very next person that is on the text list, and it alternates it. So this one will go first, then no repeating. This one will go, then this one will go, then this one will go, and then this one will go. And that's pretty much how it works. Okay. And then step number 7. Step number 7 really has to do with your advanced campaigns. And in your advanced campaigns, it's mainly your autoresponders and your campaign forwarders. So to activate this and to create it, what you need to do is click on the little green button, the green plus button again, and tell it yes, you would like to start the autoresponders or the call flow. So once you select that, you can go ahead and create them. If you don't select it, it won't let you actually create any autoresponders. So I have that here. Now in autoresponders, you can see I have message 1, message 2, message 3, and message 4 here. This is just for demo purposes. And if you ever want to edit any of the autoresponders, you can click on the plus button and edit them directly here. Now for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go in here and show you how you would actually set one up. To create a new autoresponder, all you would do is click on the green plus button here again. And you would give your autoresponder, like here I have message 1. You can create here autoresponder 1. Okay. Now on send autoresponder, you have 2 different options here. You have send on a set day, and send on a set day would be, well, you can send it every Monday at a certain time, or every Tuesday at a certain time. This message will actually be sent out. So once somebody joins the campaign, the next Monday they'll actually receive this message. Or if you would like, you can select once. So if I put on a set day, you can see sent every Monday or Thursday, Wednesday, whatever you want, at the time you want specified. Or if you only want the message sent only one time, what you can do is that you set how many days the message will be sent after they have joined the campaign. So say for instance, if somebody joined your campaign today, you can set in here 0, and they will automatically be sent that autoresponder message right after the double opt-in messages and the other message before, and the original message. Or if you would like to have the autoresponder sent the day after they join your campaign, then you can put 1 day after, or if the next message, it could be 3 days after. So after they join the campaign, 3 days after is when they'll actually receive this message. And then you can select what time of the day they'll receive the message. Okay, and then the message you want to have sent in your autoresponder, which is right here, I just have messages, right? You can go in there and type in your message, and that's the message they'll actually be sent. And in the add offer days, it works the same way. You can put in there how many days the offer they'll have when it expires. So you put in there, say 3, it'll automatically go in there and put the additional offer days for 3. Okay. Now let me go to campaign forwarders. Now campaign forwarders, how this works is it allows you to trigger another campaign. So say for instance, if someone joins my demo campaign, I can automatically join them to a contest campaign and put them in there automatically and take them off of the demo campaign, and vice versa. Say for instance, if I was running a contest, uh, a contest campaign where they, for instance, text the keyword win to win a 60-inch TV or something, right? But once they enter that campaign and go through the contest, I can automatically leave them in that campaign or take them off of that campaign list and automatically assign them to my main campaign, or basically that just automatically assign them into the campaign. So for instance, I can automatically forward them to, for instance, my loyalty campaign, and I can select whether or not to keep them on this campaign, which is the demo campaign, or I can remove them from the demo campaign. Now, I can have this operate so if I've created any autoresponders, I can remove them. I can actually send them to another campaign before or after they've received all of the autoresponder messages. And that's pretty much how that works. And once you've done that, and your campaign is totally set up. Now, if you scroll down, we also have a few more windows here, and this would be true for all of your campaigns up here, which I'm going to go through in different videos. But this would be true for all your campaigns. Is you'll always be able to see who's on your list right here, and on your list, you'll be able to go in here, like click on the action and keep notes on here. You can edit the campaign. You can also click right here and send that person a campaign directly, or send a message directly to them. Now, if you notice, I have a check here that says this is a non-marketing message. The reason this is here is because later on in the system it actually appends your message, and that way it will make sure that you're legal. And then if you just want to create delete someone out of your list, you can just click delete right here. In my list, you can also go in here and search for a specific number, and you can also import a list of numbers that you have. Okay, now if you're going to import on a list of numbers you have, the best thing to do is actually create a campaign like this and then send them an email, a text message or an email asking them to resubscribe and double opt in again to another campaign. That way you can always show that you're legal and that they did give you permission to send text messages to them. Okay? And in your next block right here, in fact, if you notice the little minus button here, you can click on these to minimize these. So on the campaign statistics, right, they come up and show you what your statistics are, how many people is actually on the list, how many are active, how many you've deleted, the total subscribers, how many subscribed in the last 7 days. And you can click on the stats to give you a bar chart. You can actually search from date through different date ranges if you'd like to. And you can also, if you don't like the bar chart, you can look it up at the pie chart also. And you also have the ability to use date ranges also to find out different stats that you may want to find out. Okay, in the next block right here, you have a complete tutorial. So if you're not quite sure on how to set up a campaign, you can watch a tutorial, or say, for instance, if you have someone else in your organization or business that'll be running your campaigns for them, this is one way that you can log in and watch the tutorial, and the tutorial will walk them through on how to set up a campaign. And last we have is your campaign notes. So anytime you want to keep any kind of notes on the campaign, who's it for, or Pacific Times, or whatever type of notes you would like to keep, you can put your notes in there, and you can also go in there and print your notes as well as email them, the notes to yourself. And that pretty much covers it. As I said before, if you have any questions, definitely feel free to contact us at support@SMS Overdrive. And I will see you in the next training video.